girls. This is Eva the oldest, and then Deanie is the youngest. And I've got 3 grandchildren and
4 great-grandchildren.
4 great-grandchildren.
We've got,
We got 6 great-grandkids between us.
we've
I
got,
got 5 and he's got 1. About November though, he'll have another.
Well,
Brian's little son's got 1 little girl. And they're gonna have a baby.
well,
And you've lived in Winchester all your life?
well, I moved down here when I was 21 years old. We moved from Stanton down here. I've been here over 50 years. I've been crippled up about ever since I've been down here. I've worked at different jobs, but
y'all lived down
Tim, get your hand out your face.
Grandma's backyard
Tim?
going up in there.
yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
get your hand out your face. He's making pictures.
You can't see you. Hides on your beauty.
He brings your name up every once in a while.
Yeah.
See, he married my sister, and she died about
3 years ago.
almost 2.5 years
Yeah.
ago.
What was her name? Stella?
Stella.
Yeah, I remember them. And his boy, where's he at now?
He's in, where did he go? He worked at Roswell, and they transferred him down to North Carolina, North Carolina first.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
See, we run onto each other kind of accidentally. He came down there to buy a car from Herb Jones, and I was working for Herb Jones, and he told me where he's from and everything, and I got to know that he was part of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, he was transferred from here down to North Carolina, in Roswell.
Jim, you got anything you want to say to Mom and Leon?
Yeah, I'd like to see him on the way. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah,
I'd talk him into coming up with you.
yeah. You can talk to them. Of course, they can't talk back, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, she said she'd like to come up here sometime later on.
She will if she ever gets able.
She will.
Oh, we had the best day. They come up here, them and Mr. Who was that? Logan.
Logan.
Mr. Logan. And we had the best day. She called the night before, and told us not to cook nothing. We go out and eat. And they come and we talk and sit around a while. We didn't go out and eat. And I said, I can't want to go out and eat. Sit and rest it. And we don't spoke up. Let's just go and get some cheese and crackers and roll it. They went to the store and got a whole bunch of stuff, brought it back here and we eat here. That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
It's,
You enjoyed more than you did go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, you really get to visit more, too.
Yeah, I don't care about going to rest to me.
I remember one time we went down to Uncle Jesse's, and that's all we did. We went across the road to the store and got some light bread and bologna.
I just didn't have that again.
Get them Coca-Colas to go with it.
Yeah.
Well, back then, you didn't get them very often. Anyway, that's a treat.
Yeah. The other day, y'all come up there and we went to Mountain Springs.
Yeah.
So we up, bought some stuff.
They brought everything with them.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's the way she did today. Or
That's just
yesterday
how
she
we do
had
it.
a big lunch fix.
You know,
We ate over
I can remember
the mountain.
things 75 years ago, but I can't remember nothing else 2 or 3 years ago. He bought that new car.
Y'all was kids. Y'all was younger than him, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was 10 years younger than him. He was just like another father almost. And worked in Ohio, that right before the Depression. They had a big boom right before the Depression. And he's working it. And he wrote for us, had a surprise. Nobody up in there had a car hardly. And 4th of July, he come in and brought this little new Ford with a aroma seat, white top, once you know you lit down. And boy, that first car that was in our family. We thought that was a pretty thing. So the next day we told him, said, boy, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And John said, yes, boy. I said, it ought to be. It costs $450.
It's in the middle of the night. Y'all got up, went up.
Yeah, we all let him stay up the rest of the night. Look at that car. I can get one worse than that, though, I believe. My dad, he was always kind of funny about kids getting hurt and all that, We lived on Hatch Street. And we never had seen a car. And never had got up that far. And one day we get out in the yard and heard that all this noise coming ever was. We didn't know what in the world it was. There's an old Model T Ford from, and had the top down on the Model T. It was a two-seated car, and they stopped and wanted to know where somebody lived on up the road. And John, brother John, he was older than us. He must have been 12, 14 years old. He said, I'll get in the, they asked him, will you get in the car and go and show us where these people live? It wasn't over a mile of Hatch Street there. John just got in the car and went up there with him, but you know, a bit come back. And my dad was working. When he come in that night, he said, oh, we were all excited telling about what we seen that day, you know. And we said, John got in that car and went up the road with him. And boy, my dad got mad. Said, I never will catch you in something like that again. Said, you could got killed in that thing.
Well, I guess they really could because they didn't have much brakes on them.
No, them old cars didn't have no brakes on them.
No.
You
You
have to
killed
run
him
into a
right
stumper.
today.
Oh, man.
You have to run into a stump or a rock or something.
Yeah.
My sister one time was driving a car, and she's coming down the hill. Well, I'd loaned the car to her, and the brakes went out. And she went down the hill, through the creek, and come up the hill, and come up our steep driveway, and hit my other sister in the back end of the stop. I said, why didn't you just let off the gas? But she didn't think about that. She was going uphill.
The only
Oh,
time
I think about turning my key off. Oh, I turned the key off and just let it coast.
Yeah.
And then it would have
Used to
been
take you off.
until her. I get so mad at it for not starting.
Some of them, they used to jack up one wheel and start it, but turn the back wheel, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. Well, they had all the time with them.
Well, didn't they back up the hill sometime on account of the gas flow or something?
Yeah, they tried, they'd done everything. Something break, they just take a piece of baling wire or something tight, you know, with nothing to it, you know.
Oh,
And Model A's had a downflow on
Yeah.
the gas tank, and it was in the rear of the gas tank, and if you're going up too steep a hill and too low on gas, you had to back up.
Well, you didn't buy about a gallon at a time. That's all you could buy.
uh-huh.
And it cost about 14 cents.
You say how much was gas
Oh,
If you didn't have the 14 cents, it'd be same as $10. You didn't have the 14 cents.
you said your mother and them lived over, I forget where you,
On Hill Street, they call it Hill Street.
well, when y'all was little,
Oh,
lived back there in the country, and then
Oh.
she'd load up the kids on the horse, wouldn't she, and
yeah,
go over there to the old home place, see her mother
yeah, up
there?
Mountain Spring.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she'd take the two, she wanted to go visit her parents back there, got real old, you know, up Mountain Spring. My dad would put her on the horse and put the baby, maybe a baby in her arm, and the next to him sat on the back of her and hold her and go plumb to Mountain Springs that way. She couldn't get off because she did the golf fall off.
Yeah.
And,
Well, and see,
then she couldn't get back
they
on.
lived past where we had the reunion at, back at Road.
Back up from the reunion on up.
That's where they lived at, and then they had to go through Stanton,
How many
and
miles
then go
Oh,
back
that-
in there.
would that have been?
Was that at the reunion?
Well, I don't know, I guess it'd be
Same place
25
on
miles,
there.
wouldn't it? Imagine, up from, way up on Hatch Creek, from Jeff up that.
That'd be a pretty good distance to ride on a horse and couldn't get off.
What a half a day's ride to
Yeah.
a woman with a bunch of youngins anyway.
It's,
How many, kind of like a possum.
How many children was it, y'all?
Well, there was about 10 of them.
Velma.
I don't
Sit
remember,
back
I
a
had
little
to
bit,
figure
so-
it out. I've got 4 brothers and 2 sisters dead.
Walter and Ellie and Rick was it? Well,
Yeah,
that's first
Eddie's
time.
dead. She got killed in a wreck. Her and her son got killed in a wreck.
We'd up to see her while before she got killed.
Yeah.
That wasn't over a month, was it? She went to get her check case, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
she was 80.
And Buddy Elsie was lucky or she would have died too.
it's really left her in a bad shape. That's part of her problems now, I guess.
It is.
Mhm.
Does she still live out there on the farm?
She needs a hip replacement. She's really, it's really kind of. Works all the time, though you can go over there, and she's got looks like she's cooking for her work.
Yeah, well, like Ellie did, she cooked all the time. She wanted everybody to eat.
Yeah.
She cooked for everybody
She was
around.
a
I
good-
just kept
good
off
cook,
with them.
wasn't
On Sunday, you couldn't get in that house. These many people there.
One time
She
we
just
stopped,
loved it, you know.
Yeah.
stopped up there and she fixed fried apples, and I've never eaten as good fried apples.
And
as
most
she had
stuff
then.
she fixed was right off the farm.
Yeah.
You know, they had their own hogs, and had the chickens and eggs, and had that,
One-
maps for it off the farm.
Okay.
Selling. Selling.
I'm like that you was by that car and that gas while ago. My aunt sold a farm one time for $3,100 that I'd left ahead, but it just must have been $1 million at that time.
Yeah.
Couldn't have bought it, no matter what she
Well,
sold it
no
for.
way you could get hold of $3,100.
That's
would
right.
you?
Dale, how much
Put that lead up on that trunk and held it up with a tobacco stick. Well, we was riding down through the field and I come across where the water had washed the ditch out about 3 feet deep, and we jumped across that ditch, and I must have been making 25 miles an hour, and that lead went up and the tobacco stick fell out, and I heard that lead hit them 2 girls on the head. You ever heard such a racket? Had to stop and get them out.
See, the old cars had running boards on the car. You just step on the running board, and on top of this back fender, they had a thing there, you just made you step on top of that fender, and then step over in the rumble seat.
Yeah.
I don't believe this one was really a rumble.
The car, and right in the middle of the front of the car was a real bright star. The name of the car was Star. And come to Winchester one time, and it started on Saturday morning up there, you know. Those cars wore completely out. And we had 7 or 8 flats. We was dark getting to Winchester. And the old car was in such bad shape. He just sold it down here for $15, and we had to catch it right back home.
You're glad to do it, I guess. More trouble to fix the tires when it didn't walk
Oh,
on.
that's what it was with that car.
They just
It
had
should
to
take
patch
all
on
day to
patch
get
on
the
top
list
of
with
that, you know, because you couldn't patch the tubes no more.
No. We had 5 flats going to old Aunt Maggie's one time from Ridge Creek. When they was having a reunion back during the war, you know, you couldn't get tires hardly. And what you did get, they wasn't made out of nothing very
This kid lived out
Of course, that's been
Furnace,
50,
you know.
almost 50 years
And-
ago.
We lived up on Hatchet Street, and Clarence, he wasn't too good about working. He liked to travel around. He had to ride on a horse wherever he went, and he decided to come down to our house and stay a day or two. And he got on his old horse, and he's old and wore out. He rode all the way from Mountain Spring. Just before he got to our house up on Hatchet Street, he was riding along, his old horse stumbled a time or two, and just before up where he turned Forks Road over around the cemetery, you know, used to be a big steep bank right here on the left side. And our house wasn't over, much wasn't here across the road or from there. And he's riding up through there, and the old horse just fell and rolled over that bank. And he got off and left the land there. It was dead. The next morning when we went back to see about it, he was in there dead. He rode all the way
Rode him
from,
to death.
really old and sick, I guess. And he rode it, maybe got any food or anything from Mountain Spring from down there. And there was laying over the it's a wonder they hadn't killed him here, feel right on. Preston, my brother, Preston Bill, what you got to call it, got just to hold his arm some way or another, and got him a new stone, flat stone, and got all that on it, you know, where he raised like he was and all that stuff on. And then Grandma's stone was in such bad shape. They went and bought a Grandma's stone, put it up too, a new one. Makes
My
it,
great-grandfather Crittenden's buried right as far near to the street out there from Daniel Boone's tomb.
well.
And he was in the Civil War and governor of Kentucky and almost was president. If he'd accepted the post a few times, he'd have been president. I'm learning more about him now.
Oh, I
I'm
bet.
beginning to get books. Somebody researched all of his life, and they've got him out in books now. And
Yeah,
I began to,
Crittenden is a famous name in Civil
there's
War.
a lot
John
of
Jordan?
several little babies buried there. That
and he had a son named John Jordan, and
We
he
saw
got
that.
killed when the
Just
Indians
several.
massacred that
Whose
general
babies
and all
are
his
they?
people.
well,
He had a
Custer.
son, Custer. His son was killed with
two of
Custer.
them was my
And he
brother
helped
and
to get
sister.
Abraham Lincoln elected president.
Hugh,
And
see, I have a
Bill
brother named
Moore or
Hugh,
something.
They
There
were
were two or
twins,
three
right?
of them.
Hugh,
twin,
was
And
your
he
name?
worked in the
George,
White House in
Hugh and
Washington,
George.
D.C.
Yeah.
under three
And,
different presidents.
George
over the
one
span of
died.
30
George
years.
one died. They're in there, and
He
his
had
your name,
57
Rick's a little half,
years
got a
of
half sister.
politics.
a little half sister buried there too,
Frank,
you know.
and he was
Oh,
born
back
out
his
there
first wife.
sales.
Yeah.
See, his wife died when
Was your name Crittenden?
kids was little.
My mother's name
And,
was Crittenden.
I think just
He's my
one,
mother's
two,
real
and three, or
grandfather.
three, 4, and
He's my
5,
great
something, and 3 of them.
And we
There's
didn't, we know that he
Walter,
was buried in
they
Frankfurt, but we
read.
didn't know where
And
it
then they had
all
another
went.
little
Of
girl
course,
that
us all
died,
raised in
Yeah.
families,
and
and
then their mother
we
died.
didn't know nothing about it, and after I began, the youngest began to bring these books
Uncle
home.
John
And I
Johnson
got to
lived
read
with
about him, and I
Delma,
said, well, that's our
from Grandma
grandfather.
Johnson.
And then I
Uncle
got more books, and I
Johnson,
read
he
more
lived down
about it.
close to Grandma Johnson.
And
Uh-huh.
talking about a
I
beautiful
can't remember.
tombstone.
They
They've
remember
been there
my
150 years.
Yeah, he moved to
But
Newport
they
back when I
are
was little.
beautiful. It's white
I
marble.
don't know where he lived, but
And
probably
they're
did
so
back
old,
then.
mosses
I
are
can't
going
remember
on the
his sure. I
inscription.
remember
It's got a long
Coleman.
verse or
Yeah,
something
they-
that it used
several
to
of
say.
There was several of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you
Just
can,
some girls.
you can spray them with algaecide
Yeah.
like you put in swimming pools.
Just kind
Cut
of
it with water and spray it.
You
I was
can
just 12
spray it
years
with
old
plain
when we
old
moved
Clorox
back
and
up
hit
there.
it
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
And it'll come off the
Down
first
Elizabeth
rain that
then.
comes
Yeah.
on it.
Georgian, that was about the
Because
oldest
I
one
put
called
in,
it.
put
But
Clorox in my
Georgian, there at
flower
the barn,
vases that I
yeah,
keep pots,
Yeah.
flowers and
Mm.
stuff.
she must have been the
And
oldest
I
child.
root the flowers in
But there's a whole
pots and
bunch
it
of
gets algae
Yeah, I
in
know.
my
I don't
fish
remember
bowl.
how many it was, but
There's
I
one
know.
named Holbert and Coleman, John,
It's a live organism and you got to kill it.
and they had
And
one
then
girl.
it'll wash off like
Come on.
sand.
Yeah.
Ovi one
Yes.
thing.
I'd love to go down there
I
and,
don't remember all
and
of
talk
that.
to the cemetery people. Me and my sister went, and my niece.
I guess they just scared their worse.
when-
Yeah, he's buried in Newport, Uncle John Johnson is,
Oh, is it?
I think.
It ain't been 2 weeks ago.
And Uncle Bill
Went down
Johnson buried
there,
here at Clay
and
City.
we went through the archives, and we
Maybe.
found a lot of.
He's buried here at Clay City,
Oh,
Uncle
sure.
Bill
And
Johnson.
we're going back
Yeah.
in.
He's
We're
buried
there
up
trying to
Clay
stay
City,
more.
right.
I can't
Just
stay too
right above
long
Clay
away from
City there.
him.
Well, yeah.
But we went to cemetery.
And Uncle Charlie
I
Johnson
really
buried out
enjoyed
here.
that. Their
this cemetery
stone
here.
is,
There's
Winchester.
Winchester.
Yeah.
it's,
They're just scattered everywhere.
Mhm.
My
well,
father
the
and mother was
base of the
buried.
stone is a
yeah,
whole lot
Stanton
wider than the
cemetery.
TV
Yeah,
this way,
I mean, Uncle
and it's
Charlie, he
square,
was,
and it goes
And
way
then
up, I
married
know
this
it's
lady,
8,
well, I
9
guess
feet
it's
high.
like, well,
You talking about modes of transportation
You know,
and
he-
everything. It's
he
been
was
tough.
married.
I
Well,
think it's peace,
Now his first wife,
and
he
you know
married-
what,
up there in
it's Snow White.
Marsh Creek, you know where Marsh Creek was.
yeah.
And it's been
And he had
hand
four
sculpted,
children, Arthur,
and his
and
wife,
Elvie,
the one
and
for
Bessie,
his first
and
wife
Austin,
that
Yeah.
died.
for his first wife.
And then on the other
She
side
died.
of him, one for
And he
his
married
second
another
wife.
one,
And
and
then there are some of his
she
sons,
killed
and they
her
was all generals in the
for some
army.
reason.
Uh-huh.
And then he
He
married
had a whole bunch
another
of
one, and she
boys,
died, and
children.
he married that
girls.
youngest one, last one, and she died.
I'm
Yeah.
learning.
Every one of you, they wanted to.
There's
I know
little
Richard
children
was, I was young then, and
had and all
she was
that.
mad or something, and,
Get more genealogy out
didn't
of
treat
it.
her very
Time
good.
I go and trying to study
Yeah.
something about it.
Uncle John, Uncle
Uncle
Charlie,
Charlie's daughter, wife.
yeah,
I guess it's his last one, I don't know.
yeah, the last wife named Betty, she,
Yeah.
she was
We
younger,
went to the
that's why younger
historical
than him.
society,
And
Yeah, I
and
know
they've
that.
got
Yeah.
Uncle
everything.
Yeah,
Charlie-
I've heard that they
Uncle
do,
Charlie
but
was
I
all
ain't
about
never.
to drink.
You can go in there, they've
Yeah,
got
I know he
everything
was.
on
He
the
drank all his
computers
life.
now.
Drank
Yeah, you
from
can
up
really
to
find
the
out
age-
a lot.
Got these little
Years
cards,
old.
it's got stuff on them, and you
Do
put
what?
them
He
on
drank
these
till he's
things
2 or
with
3
lights,
years
and you
old.
read down until you
No,
find it where you
Most
find
kids,
it.
you know, drank pretty bad, they
Then it's got a number
Find
here,
out
and
better
it
and
tells you
quit
what
for
book to
it.
find
It's too late,
reading about
but
it.
he
Find
drank
your own
like-
birth
Kept on,
records.
Yeah, I saw Mom and Leon.
I know he was
Everybody there looked
short,
up.
he was it,
And
man.
Yeah,
then
he's
you go
kinda like
into
my
the
dad.
old
My
Capitol
dad's the same
building,
way.
Yeah, I
the
know.
old state capitol building, and up on the
You know,
third
there's all
floor,
reeds.
it's
All the
the
reeds was tall and all the Johnsons was
National
short.
Historical
Yeah, that's
Society.
right.
It wasn't
Yeah,
one
fat,
is the
it wasn't so fat, they
archives.
just did wide, you know.
Historical
Like Grandpa
archives.
Johnson,
And
you know how he
It's
was.
way over on the hill on,
You-
what is
you
it,
remember that whole-
979
my dad was,
or
don't you?
975
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
around?
Mom was short and
Yeah.
fat.
Uh,
Mom Clarence Neal.
Clarence Neal, they're all
I
his.
remember where they got married, over close to the post office over there. What's the name of the post office up there from Grandma? I mean,
I don't
they had
hear
a,
very good.
got the age of Powell County, was married side of the road.
Oh, yeah,
And
you
he,
know, the post office all along, the little old train stopped it through there. And on our property right here is a railroad track, right across the end of our land right here.
Uh-huh.
And this little train go out through there and up through Indianfield, up to Stanton.
Yeah.
And we drive from Stanton down here for a quarter.
Oh, yeah.
on a train. And he come, the train track right here was on, right there on this, our land, right there. And
Yeah, it's the little railroad bed still out there. I'm
When
driving
they
in
post
some of
office
it,
up
digging
there.
up
Bells
them rocks
Valley.
every time.
Well, we still have that now.
That were, close to where Aunt Mary and them live.
Stanton,
Pilot, I believe.
Pilot,
Name of the
oh,
post,
out there, Adasto County,
yeah, up there,
I believe it is one name left.
out there in Nestor County.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think,
You say Papa used to come visit you all pretty often?
it once a year.
Uh-huh.
He'd come,
There's some on semi-glacier.
he'd come and stay one night and sometimes 2 nights.
Uh-huh.
Then he'd, get on the bus and going up, stay a week with, almost a week or something with
That's
Tam.
after Mom died, wasn't it? That's after Mom died, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he'd go up there and stay several days, up at his and Tam. Then he'd come back and stop and stay another night, and then he'd go home. Every year up after that one, up kind of in the fall light when the weather.
You always look forward to making a trip up in there.
Yeah, my mother would just sit and talk all night. If we were want to talk to him, you know.
He's where I got my haircutting experience.
Yeah.
I'd be about 10 or 12 years old, and he just sat there and let me cut on his hair, just like he had the best barber there was holding, and I'd shave him, you know, and
Yeah.
he cut his hair, and he just sat there just like he had the most confidence.
He
in
cut
the
my hair all the time. I'd shave myself.
You always said
I'm
that.
in crazy kept
You know, they were,
Yeah.
most people did, you know. They,
Yeah, I remember
I've
that.
seen my mother bake. She always had that cornbread. They couldn't live without cornbread. She baked one for dinner in the with the old wood stove. While it was hot, she'd make up another and have another make for supper.
Yeah.
And then when night come, the bread was cooked, and her beans and potatoes or whatever, and it was already cooked, you know.
Well, that was just good management, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't have to
Well, you had to get that
do it
over.
all the time. Wait till the stove
Yeah,
got
That's
there.
right.
You had to clean your stove out and heat it, you know, and put that stove wood. And
Willie.
all the poor old women had all the time back then.
Yeah.
Us kids didn't realize it. But, it's awful what the old women went through, what old men through for that, it's harder on the women.
they talk
My
about the
mother
good
goes
old
to
days,
treat.
but it was lots harder than
Yeah,
that.
I'm glad they're over with.
We're going out.
Mother go to the creek in summertime.
Get started
More
pretty
so.
Need
soon.
to leave right now, but that's the reason everybody's going resting, I think.
Uh-huh.
So